Hello everyone, welcome to the VAR show. So today, uh, it's been quite a while since I put up a post, as in like maybe it's some soundtrack of news. That is because I was traveling, and I'm extremely sorry I could not put up anything. So today we'll be talking. This will be. I'll try to keep it short, but I think it'll be a little bit big because I have to cover a lot of news which has happened. I think in the last 5 days. So we'll start with some transfers. So Bournemouth keeper Begovic has joined AC Milan on loan to replace Pepe Reina, who has joined Aston Villa on loan. So there has been a merry-go-round of keepers. In other news, Tahiti Chong, a very highly touted prospect at Manchester United, is set to sign a pre-contract deal with Juventus. His contract is going to expire in the summer, and he's going to follow a certain Paul Pogba by signing a free contract with Juventus. Flamengo, the Brazilian club, have signed Goiás star striker Michael for a reported fee of 7.5 million euros. The stated fee is for 80% of Michael's economical right. Okay, so the next is Manchester United are interested in signing Wolves striker Raul Jimenez, who has been a sensation since his transfer to the Molineux. In other news, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is eyeing West Ham's Issa Diop as a possible solution to Manchester United's defensive woes. So yeah, let's see. United are linked with every person on the planet. Rashford also has become the third youngest player to play 200 games for United after Ryan Giggs and Best. So in this past 5 days, Real Madrid also won the Supercopa de España, beating Atletico de Madrid on penalties, in which in the final Federico Valverde made an exceptional tactical foul on Alvaro Morata, which is criticized by many, also commended because they liked the youngster taking one for the team. So Zidane has won his 9th final as a Real Madrid boss. So he has won all his finals that he has reached with Real Madrid. So as I was saying, Real Madrid won the Supercopa de España against arch rivals Atletico Madrid 4-1 on penalties, and Federico Valverde was shown a red card in extra time for a tackle on Alvaro Morata. So Luis Suarez is set to miss the remainder of the season after having a knee operation, and Barcelona are looking haphazardly for a replacement, with Harry Kane and Lautaro Martinez being suggested as a replacement. So Zlatan Ibrahimovic has scored. I mean, that's what you expect from Zlatan when he joined AC Milan. You get Zlatan, he scores. So he has now scored in 4 decades. Like Zlatan has scored in 1990s, 2000, 2010s and 2020s. So Zlatan Ibrahimovic has now scored in 4 decades, as he opened his AC Milan account after grabbing Milan's second goal against Cagliari. They won the game 2-0. So in other news, Jordan Henderson, who's criticized and not appreciated by many, wins 2019 England's Men's Player of the Year. Especially what he has gone through for the last 6-7 years, he deserves it. Olympique Lyonnais feminine midfielder Lucy Bronze was named Women's Player of the Year. Okay, so Newcastle, again another transfer news. Newcastle are prepared to allow Dwight Gale to leave, who played previously for, I guess, Crystal Palace, and you all might remember him for the Cristanbul moment, where Crystal Palace came from behind. I think they drew the game against Liverpool when they were going for the title. Newcastle are prepared to allow Dwight Gale to leave on loan, but with £20 million obligation to buy. So I don't see anyone doing it because he has not been performing well. So yeah, Sergio Aguero also made history this weekend by becoming the highest scoring overseas player in the Premier League history. That's an amazing feat. He netted a hat-trick to round off a 6-1 astonishing victory against Villa. The strike, the hat-trick, took his tally to 177. And Sergio Aguero also is the player with the most hat-tricks. He has, I think, 12, if I'm not mistaken, 12 hat-tricks, so that's amazing. So in other news, now in La Liga, Ernesto Valverde has lost his job. It's very sad when a coach loses his job, but the writing was on the wall, and it's just a matter of when and not if. So Barcelona have gone around swiftly, and they have appointed Quique Setien as the new Barcelona manager. He was a former Real Betis manager, and they were playing really well under him. And talking of Barcelona, Jan-Claire Todibo has joined Schalke from Barcelona on loan. The move could be made permanent for 25 million euros. He joined, I guess, last year itself, so it's quite a shock. Gelson Fernandes has become Jose Mourinho's first signing at Tottenham Hotspur. He has arrived on 18-month loan deal from Benfica. The midfielder will wear the number 30 shirt, and I think there's an obligation to buy at the end of the 18-month deal for around 55 million. West Ham and Chelsea were also on the running, but apparently he chose Tottenham. Napoli have completed the signing of midfielder Stanislav Lobotka from Celta. Okay, so Fulham have also expressed an interest in signing Huddersfield defender Trent Kongolo. Kongolo has been quite good actually. So Real Betis have been in the market quite a lot. They signed, I think, Carlos Alena from Barcelona on loan, and they have signed another player. Real Betis have announced the signing of Argentina international Guido Rodriguez from Club America. Rodriguez has been capped 9 times by the Argentina national team, so it's not like they have signed any random person. He's quite good. When you are being capped by Argentina national team and you are not in defense, you are good. So Alexander Lacazette of Arsenal is Atletico Madrid's plan B should they fail to land Cavani, especially with Cavani being linked with the likes of Chelsea and United, and they can of course offer a very, 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 very high wage packet compared to Atletico Madrid. But I think Cavani should go to Madrid. I just see him suiting like a duck to water. So Inter are keen to sign left back Lovin Kurzawa from PSG. His contract expires in the summer, and his stock has fallen extremely low. I remember at one point he was one of the best, or touted to be one of the best, especially when he arrived from AS Monaco. But now he doesn't get much time to play, and it's not the worst thing to go to Inter Milan, especially right now when they are battling it out with Juventus for the Scudetto. It's a very good time to join Inter Milan, and also to be an Inter Milan fan. So Benfica want Mariano Diaz on loan to replace the recently sold Raul de Thomas. Okay, so another good news, like if any player is coming back from fitness, it's a very good news. So Manchester City defender Aymeric Laporte expects to make his long-awaited comeback from injury before the end of January. So many have also related Man City's downfall or Man City's falling back this season to Laporte's injury. And in other news, sad news, Roma's Nicolo Zaniolo is facing 6 months out of action after cruciate injury. That's a very, very sad news. The guy I think he was in the running to make his Italian debut, and maybe he could have played in the Euro Cup, and he was being touted to move away from Roma to a higher club because of his performance. But now very few, people come back, but players come back, but they lose something after injuries like this, because it takes its toll, especially when it's a long-term knee injury, and it can be recurring, because knee injuries are never, you don't actually recover from the knee injuries. So in also this week, we had the FIFA Team of the Year out, and apparently UEFA rigged Team of the Year to include Cristiano Ronaldo. They changed the formation according to many people, and they left out N'Golo Kante. So it's a quite offensive formation they have chosen. They have 4 forwards: Lionel Messi, Robert Lewandowski, Sadio Mane, and Cristiano Ronaldo, but originally the team was only supposed to include 3 forwards, so it's quite a tricky situation for UEFA to answer. Other than that, the other nominees were all good and decent. I mean, those were the expected nominees. There was nothing new in other, especially with the likes of Van Dijk. What a year he has had. And you have Robertson at left back, Van Dijk and Matthias de Ligt, not the de Ligt of Juventus, but what de Ligt had done last year as the centre back pairing. The Dutch pairing would be commendable. I mean, I can't see anyone crossing that. And also you have Alexander Arnold on the right back, and you have Alisson as a goalkeeper, and you have KDB and De Jong, Frankie De Jong marshalling the midfield. So that's an amazing team, but apparently it's rigged. And can you imagine Frankie De Jong, KDB and N'Golo Kante in midfield? Oh my god, I mean, that's some it's such a good, it would be such a good team. So Tottenham winger Jack Clarke joins QPR on loan. Jack Clarke spent the first 6 months of this season at Leeds United, but now he has been called back and he has signed with QPR on loan. So apparently Inter Milan are in the running to sign Eriksen. I think they have offered around 10 million, which is very derogatory considering what his value is and what he can bring to the team. The Telegraph also writes that the Real Madrid have now agreed a deal to sign Donny van de Beek from Ajax. It is said to be worth around 55 million euros, but a move won't happen until the summer. So let's see what happens within that. Also, meanwhile, Atletico, as I said, Atletico's continued efforts for Edison Cavani are not going too well. Marca say there is a 20 million difference between the Madrid-based club and PSG, and Cavani's contract is getting over in the summer, so they can sign a pre-contract. The Frenchmen want 30 million euros for the 32-year-old who can leave for free at the end of the season. So I think it's better for Atletico if they just wait. Also, David Moyes wants to reunite with Ross Barkley at West Ham. Ross Barkley had previously played for Moyes at Everton. So let's see. So Todibo I have also already mentioned. So there are some fake news which are going around. Like, yet again, Arsenal are being linked to the move for Jinje Dakonam. I don't know. I'm sure I butchered his name. He plays for Getafe. The Getafe centre back was linked with a move to North London last summer. Okay, and apparently even Tottenham are interested. He's 28 years old, and with Getafe asking for 25 million euros, and I don't think so this price it matches with what they want. So Inter aren't messing about. Also, as I said, they wanted to sign Eriksen. They are also wanting to sign Oliver Giroud, and the Inter, I think the sporting director is in London, and he I think he's there to complete 3 deals. The first being Eriksen, also along with that Oliver Giroud and Ashley Young from United. So in other news, Liverpool are being linked with a move for German midfielder Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz is amazing midfielder. He's only 20 years old. He's a very, very fine young player, and he's German, and the club is German, so you can see the link there. Also, I think any deal of this sort will be above 100 million with the quality at offer what Kai Havertz offers. So that will be a blockbuster move if it happens, and a lot of pressure on the 20-year-old. So also Bayern Munich search for a right back leads them to 25 million euros Brazilian player who plays for Shakhtar Donetsk. The player is Dodo. Shakhtar Donetsk signed him from Cortiva just over 2 years ago, and he has become a regular after spending the 2018-19 campaign on loan in Portugal. Bayern actually don't require a full right back, but they are on the hunt for a full back, with head coach Hansi Flick determined to use Joshua Kimmich in a midfield role. So I can understand why. I mean, Kimmich is such a player; he can play in the midfield also. Like, it's something which even Guardiola tried with Philipp Lahm. So I can see why he's doing, and Kimmich has that quality. Yeah. So Benjamin Pavard has also played at right back so far this season, but Flick would like the option to use him at the center of the park. So that's also, yeah, Pavard can play right back and center back, so he wants to play there. Also, Bayern also linked with Benjamin Henrichs, who also played for Leverkusen and moved to Monaco. He's also one of the highly touted players, and Joao Cancelo, who was also being heavily praised last season before his move to City. He hasn't set the Ithia that fire this season, but there's a good player in him. So I think I'll end my mini podcast here, and tomorrow I think this will probably go out on a Friday itself. So if you're listening on a Friday this evening, you'll have our other major big podcast, and I'm extremely sorry for not being able to update news or facts or statistics, whatever you call them. I will try to be regular and put more often, and I'll try to make it short because no one wants to listen to a 16 or 17 minute podcast daily, yeah. Especially with this voice, no one wants to listen, so I'll just make it shorter. So till then, I'll see you tomorrow, or in the evening. I again forget. I have recorded this on a Thursday night, and probably it'll be out on Friday morning, and I'll see you again in the evening. So hope you have a good night or day, whatever time you're listening. Enjoy and keep listening to me. Maybe if you like the voice, if you don't like, just take the facts, and you'll sound good. You'll sound too cool in front of your friends in the pub. So yeah, so bye, take care.